Hi, everybody, and welcome to Right Voice for You Taster. My name is Annie Choi. I'm a certified facilitator of Access Consciousness. I'm also a facilitator of Right Voice for You, which is what this class is all about. It's about actually being your voice in the world, whatever that might be. So, part of this class is energetic. And the other part of it is actually starting to choose the tools, choose to first use it, and then start becoming the tools. So wherever you are in the world, you are already being that, whatever that access tool is, and being more of you and your voice and your body and your presence so that you actually have more of your space and being that affect the world in a way that creates your future instead of you being affected by the world. Because how much does that happen? And how much does that kind of collapse your space and your zone? So we already have a couple of questions, I guess. First off, if this is your first time taking an Access class, we use something called the Access Clearing. It's right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyond. And actually, it's like a magic wand or a spell that you say, and then whatever it is, whatever that energy is that was brought up, whatever that barrier is, that limitation starts to dissolve. And it's also part of your choice. So whatever is ready to be dissolved, whatever is ready to be released, with the clearing statement, it starts to unfold, it starts to unravel, and then you become more of you. And you're able to choose whatever it is that you'd like to choose. So if you'd like more information about that, there's theclearingstatement.com, and there's a whole video by Dr. Dean here. He's one of the co-creators of Access, and a long explanation. There's so much in that, and that's actually the first tool that we can talk about. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyond. So one of the questions that someone asked is about right voice. Is it possible to speak through someone else's voice, like mimicry? So first off, Access Consciousness is about empowering you to know what you know. So what do you know about that? Do you have a capacity? And are you actually making it wrong? So that's part of the clearing statement, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyond. So everywhere you're making something that might be a capacity for you a wrongness, instead of strength and potency and part of you and your very being, would you now please destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. Cool. So, and that's how you can use the clearing statement. And if it's too long to remember, you can just use POC and POD. POC is point of creation, POD is point of destruction. And it's that point. Every time we create a point of view, and we create an energy that is not movable. It's very contracted, and it becomes more, what's the word I'm looking for? Solidified. So whatever that brought up or let down, will you just try and create it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. And what if you guys don't have to understand anything about this and about the tools, and you just start using it? So like we started with in the beginning, what if you just start using the tools, using them, and then you start to notice the places and the spaces where you're actually being the tools. You're being that energy, you're being that space. Cool. So anything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Okay, so the question. Fabienne, if you're on, would you like to ask it? Or do you want me to just speak?
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for your answer. I
So,
don't know what to say. It was just good clearing.
okay. So what is it that you're actually aware of with speaking through someone else's voice?
Not sure about that. I know I have capacity to mimic my family. And sometimes when I speak, it's like my mom is speaking.
Okay, cool.
And sometimes I just heard my voice like her.
Okay, so do you have a judgment about your voice sounded like, or
Yeah.
being like your mom? Anybody else here?
A lot of judgment about my mom.
Okay, so let's clear that really quickly.
Okay.
So all the judgments you have about your mother and how you're creating your body and your voice like your mother, or you're going the opposite way and doing everything you can to resist and react and not create your voice and your body like your mother. Will you please destroy and uncreate that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine trips, boys and beyond.
Wow.
So.
My body just relaxed in a second.
Oh, wow. We don't have to create it the way that our parents created their bodies.
Wow. Thank you.
Ooh. Let's do it for our fathers also, because that's another one of the big things that we don't really get into. So everywhere that you've chosen to create your body and your voice, either just like your father did, or go the opposite direction where you create it as far away as what your father has chosen for his body and his voice, will you please destroy and uncreate that? Oh, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine trips, boys and beyond. Oh, so now, will you allow you and your body to actually choose what would work for you and your body?
Yes.
Okay, so anything that this will allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you just try and uncreate it all, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine trips, boys and beyond. Okay, does anybody else feel a shift in their bodies? You don't have to say anything. Yeah, a couple of people, cool. So how much have we made our parents a part of how we create ourselves in the world? A little bit, a lot, or a megaton of lattes? Okay, whatever that is. Will you please destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shirts, boys and beyonds. Okay, cool. So how are you? How's your body and your voice?
Thank you.
Cool. Is there anything else? That was an amazing energy that you brought up. Thank you. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. So what's the question that we had earlier was, what would it be like if you included your being and your body and your voice in your choices? Okay, so everything that brings up and lets down, we just trying to create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shirts, bliss, and beyond. And what is actually true for you that you can get in touch with right now? So let's do a little exercise. Okay. Sometimes when I'm around people who are so much space, I start to perceive and know and be able to choose that space also, or even beyond it, choose the space that I be. So when I choose that space, nothing in the world affects me. So is that something that you can tap into? So take a deep breath in, just relaxing your body and really getting in touch with your body. So one of the tools that we learn and access is to expand out. So I'm just going to invite everybody to expand out whatever that might look like for you. So imagine expanding out. Cool. As she's just saying, would love to have that space. So what if you could already be that? So expand out as far as you're aware of. And now invite your body to also expand out. Okay, body, how much space would you like to occupy? And now invite your voice to also expand out. How much space would you like to occupy? And also ask, because sometimes when we are so expanded out, people don't notice us. So ask your body and your voice, okay, so how much space can we be that would still allow the people around us to be able to engage with us in a way that they can receive us and we can receive them. Okay, so anything that doesn't allow that, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shirts, boys and beyond. So what's popping up right now is I had a group symphony taster. It's free, about space. So I'll probably send that in the replay email. So if you guys would listen to that and really tap into that space. And then if you perceive anything at all in your body, a tightness, a contraction, or in your head, in your mind, you're thinking, monkey mind, if you perceive anything at all, can you allow that to also expand out? So whether it's your mind, allow your mind to expand out. Sometimes you don't even have to lower your barriers, and that's another tool, but you could just ask it to expand out. Your ask and your choice supersedes everything else. So if you keep choosing to expand out and keep choosing to expand out, and then let's say your mouth feels contracted, go ahead and ask it to expand. That doesn't mean you have to open wide. It just means you're asking it energetically to start expanding out. And then if your throat feels a little contracted, go ahead and ask that to expand out. How much space would your throat have to be? For you to have total ease. And then so forth, all the way down your body. And then keep practicing. And if there's someone that you adore without making them significant, someone who has a space that you would like to be more of, go ahead and tap into that person's being. Tap into it. And it's that quick. You don't have to think about it. Tap into it. And can you be that space? Start asking to be that space. And again, if there's any contraction everywhere, anywhere, go ahead and ask it to expand out. Cool. And then once you start being more and more and more and more space, you'll notice all the things that weren't true for you just starting to fall out. It's unraveling, it just falls away. Oops, somebody's calling me. Okay, sorry about that. So just allow all of those things to start falling away. And then it's easier to notice the space of you, even though you may have started with, oh, I like that person's space. Well, you become more space and more space and more space, and then, oh, that's me. And then you can choose it. And then what if you chose everything from that space and then started to invite your body, oh, can we choose this? And then invite your voice, can we choose this? Or voice, what are you aware of? These are all questions you can ask. Okay, so take another deep breath in. What if you allowed this energy and this space to just start integrating into your body and start showing you all the spaces where you are being you? Okay. So Jenny has a question. Is this a good tool to use when I encounter strong voiced people that intimidate me? Okay, so would you like to unmute and
Sure.
cool.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
And this happens
So,
in particular with the strong, like women that are very pushy. Um,
mhm.
like in my business, there's women that, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And they bombard you. And this is coming up while you're talking, and your voice is very gentle. And I have a gentle way too, but obviously I have some kind of reaction towards those
Okay,
strong. Do you know what I mean?
yes. So one of the, okay, so I like to go into energy pulse because that's one of the tools for right voice for you. And also, first off, um, the thing that had the most energy when you were speaking was reaction.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So where did you learn to react from? Like, was it when you were younger? Um, where was that?
To react towards a certain group of people, or to react, meaning to shrink. My reaction in this case is shrinking, and I
Okay,
shrink my
so
voice and I become a wallflower.
where did you learn to shrink?
Probably when I was younger. Yeah.
Okay, so at what age?
Probably 8, 7 or 8.
Okay, so everything that you bought and locked into your body at age 8 will you now destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Okay, and all the connection points to the people around you that it created, will you also destroy and uncreate all of those?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all 9 shirts, boys and beyond. Okay, so all of that stuff that wasn't even yours to begin with, will you now return to sender? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all 9 shirts, boys and beyond. Okay, so for everybody else, just think of, if this pertains to you at all, just think of what age it was. So after that, was there an earlier age where you bought the shrinking?
For me, you mean? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's coming up.
Okay. Cool. So sometimes we just have to clear the other stuff and then we'll get to it.
Yes.
So what age was it?
Oh, probably 3, 4.
Okay. So which one's lighter, 3 or 4?
3.
3. Okay. So what happened at 3?
I don't recall.
Okay.
But it feels like because I came from a large family, I was not given any attention. That's what I'm.
Okay. Okay, cool. So instead of so some people might go into, becoming attention seekers. So for anyone where you went into that direction, will you now just try and create it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all 9 shirts, boys and beyond. And some people went into shrinking and becoming smaller. So everywhere that you've created that instead, will you just try and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all 9 shirts, boys and beyond. So when you were younger, sometimes you chose what would work for you. But now that we have the tools and now that we actually could choose something different, is it time to let go of that way of being, that programming, reactive programming? Okay, so all the jails you're using to create the reactive programming of your childhood, will you now please just try and uncreate that times a godzillion?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all 9 shirts, boys and beyond. Cool.
Wow.
That's different. So thank you. Wow.
Thank you.
So just for you guys on the call, just allow that, let it in and allow that to start dissipating all those choices that you created in your childhood, and allow yourself to actually start choosing from consciousness now. And anything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you just try and uncreate it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all 9 shirts, boys and beyond. Cool. So how do you be?
I'd be better.
Cool. And that laughter, what if you can exponentialize that and expand that out?
All the time when I choose it, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. What if that's part of who you truly be?
That is true. I be that.
Okay, cool. Okay, so now we can go a little bit. So guys, I have to check out of my hotel room. So we're just gonna go maybe 10 more minutes. So let's go into the, Jenny, if you want to do this exercise on energy pulls and flows, we can. We can play with this.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So think of that strong voiced people who are working with you, or you have to work with those colleagues who are like really go-getter salesman type of people who are like pushing energy, pushing, 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 pushing. So you get the energy of that.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So in the right voice for you, we learn about the 4 different energy flows. So we were just talking about the pushy energy. So these are car salesmen, people who are really strong voiced. Okay, so what can you do when they are there and they're always pushy, 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 pushy? Lower your barriers. Okay, so Jenny, do you have those people in mind? Or
Yes.
maybe just one person?
Yep.
Or all of them?
All of them. I have them all.
Okay, there you go.
Because it's a pattern. It's a pattern throughout my career. This is all coming up. That one particular type of woman in particular that I'm very much judging right now. So I'm destroying and create that. But it comes up a lot and I shrink.
Okay,
and I know better. If that makes any sense.
Let's do that. Everywhere where you're telling yourself that you know better, you have all the tools, why aren't I using it? Oh my gosh, I should be able to handle this by now. All of that. Will you just try and create it, please?
Yes.
And be grateful that you do know the tools and that you are starting to notice these things. Oh, I can change this.
Yes.
So what if it's not that, I should have been using that and that? What if it's just an awareness of where you can use the tool?
Yes.
And then you can, that's like, that is so much more kinder to your body too. So everything that brought up or let down, will you just try and create it, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine, church, place, and beyonds, and all the shikyu, implants and explants. So shikyu is secret, hidden, invisible, covert, unseen, unheard, unacknowledged, all of those hidden points of views and implants and explants of I should have known better. I should have known better. I should have known better. Will you just try and create that, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine, truths, bliss, and beyonds. And what exactly was it that you said earlier? I should be something.
Oh, that I see it and I see myself reacting. I should know better. I know, but I took the right voice for you class. I know this stuff.
Okay, so can you say that again 3 times?
I know better.
I should know.
I should know better.
Yes.
I should know better. I should know better.
Okay, cool. So all the energy and all the shiki implants and explants that brought up, that's ready to be cleared now. Will you just try and create it? Times a godzillion.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine, shirts, bliss, and beyond. Cool. So more space, less space, or something different?
More space, definitely.
Awesome. All right. So when there's that, intimidating, go-getter, really loud, pushy, obnoxious woman coming at you,
I'm going to push energy.
Yes, that's one choice. Okay, so what happens when you do that? Just like try it out energetically right now and get a sense of, this is one thing you can also do. You can have it energetically playing out and see what exactly occurs.
Right.
It's better. It's because you're not contracting.
Correct.
You're actually expanding out. Okay, cool. So what happens now?
Well, I think when now I'm going to do is I want to be able to receive that energy, not resist or react to it.
Okay, cool.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I
that's
always
a different choice.
resisted. So I want to be able to lower my my barriers, lower my walls, and just kind of be in more of an allowance of that person, and be able to ask. And I do, the first thing I do now with anybody is, what is required here? What is required of me? And it could be that they've got low self-esteem and that's why they come across that way. I don't know, but.
Okay. So everything that brought up and all those different, whatever it is that's coming up, you know, all the, are maybe they're this, maybe they're that, maybe they're that. Will you just destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
For right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shirts, boys and beyond. So one thing that I notice when I'm being spaced is that all of those thoughts, I do notice them and they come up, and then I'm like, oh, that's not relevant right now, and it falls away, and I'm still being that space. Okay, so what if you could be that space that allows that person to be whatever she is, whatever she's being, whatever she's required to be, and just by interacting with you, you're actually changing her. And there's no need of, you know, pushing energy at her. You're just being that space already. How's your body with that?
Amazing.
Okay,
It
cool.
doesn't get any better.
So anything that doesn't allow you to start choosing more of that. So we're not just going to jump into it. We're just going to slowly start choosing more of that. Because then the other thing is that when you change so quickly, people are like, oh my God, what happened to you? You're an alien. So everything that brings up or lets down. Okay, go ahead.
This is great. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So anything that doesn't allow you to be that space, and start choosing a little bit more of that space every single day, will you now please destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
For right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shirts, boys and beyonds. Okay, cool. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a real gift. Thank you.
So, I can take one last question and then I have to go. Thank you everybody for being on here. Does anybody have anything? I'm also a little bit here, you know. I love these classes. Okay.
Hi, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody else did too. So
Go ahead, go first, and then I'll ask after.
Okay.
and it is about my voice. When I listen to replays and that, the pitch of my voice, I can hear like my child voice coming. It's not my, it sounds like my hesitant, my child that wasn't recognized comes out, and the pitch of my voice changes.
Okay.
Is there something I can do to change that?
Okay. So get in touch with your throat and your voice right now. Okay, just bring your awareness down here to your throat. And all of you guys can also try this. Okay, so first, all the judgments, all the projections, expectations that you have of your voice, your throat, your vocal cords, and how it's supposed to come out and sound. Will you just try and uncreate that, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shirts, boys and beyonds.
Okay. I guess what happens is to me, it's like I don't know if it's the hesitant, the scared child, the unrecognized child that I was. starts to come out as hesitant, you know, like when I'm on a something like this, and
Okay.
it's like I guess I'm
So
trying to grasp, and
I
I know you're
yeah,
limited
I
on
know.
time, but it's
So
like
let me just go to that hesitancy piece because that's jumping up right now. So this is a longer conversation, definitely.
okay.
So the hesitancy, okay, does it come out all the time or only in certain situations for you?
It comes out more pronounced in certain situations, but it does come out frequently.
Okay, cool. So is it every time that you would like to be heard?
Pretty much.
Okay, so everything that brought up or let down, will you just join on create it, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine, church, bliss, and beyond. So just one really quick thing first, and then I'll go over to Kate. So when you get in touch with your throat and your voice and your vocal cords, it's actually this whole, all the way down your larynx and into your lungs also, and your diaphragm, that's all part of your voice and how your voice is created. So when you actually, like, you can close your eyes and just tap into that space and that whole set of structures that create your voice, how would they like to be heard? Okay, and if you actually stepped out of the driver's seat and allowed your body to create your voice, what would your voice sound like? And everything that brings up or lets down, and also that out of control feeling that you're no longer in control of your voice, your body is. Will you just try and create that, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nature, bliss, and beyond. Okay, so that clearing, just allow that to unravel. And what if you could trust your body to create the voice that you've always wanted but never asked for? How's that? Is that a little lighter, heavy? Like, does your body
Well, I
relax?
could really feel a lot of shift in that whole area as you were
Okay.
walking me through that. And I think that'll help because I get caught up in wanting to say the right thing, you know, during those situations. And I'm first recognizing that now. I mean, that
Okay,
I want to
cool.
say the right thing, you know, be a person that they want to recognize and hear, and not somebody who's a nuisance.
Okay, cool.
There, I
So
just pegged it.
everything, everything that brought up or let down, will you just try and create it, please?
Yes, thank you.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine, church, voice, and beyond. So what if it doesn't matter what you say? People are still gonna hear what they'd like to hear. What if it's just the space that you're being? Like, have you ever been around someone like really awesome and it doesn't matter what they're saying, they could be cussing you out and you're like, yes,
Yes.
yeah. So what if you could be more of that? So if that's the invitation, allow it to unravel. And I'm gonna have a longer class next Saturday, actually. So if this is something that's creating a little bit of a shift here and there, we can have 2 hours to start clearing stuff. So I have to move on to Kate.
Thank you. Thank you so
So
much.
thank you so much. I loved your question. So Kate, hi.
Hi, I just had a quick question. What I've noticed is that I can say what I'm asking for, but like some men don't hear me. So at work, for example, I work with some people from other cultures, and I have said, okay, please reply to this email with your answers, and they don't reply to the email. And then we'll follow up in a meeting. Again, can you please reply? so we can all have the content, because there's sometimes 20 people and they just don't do that. And I'm like, is it my voice? Is it my this? Is it? And so I've done lots of pot and pocking, but I'm like, what the heck is it with certain cultures of men that they're not hearing or not doing, or
They're not recognized because you're
yeah.
a woman.
Yeah, so this has actually been something that's come up, and I've talked to my boss about it, because, you know, a couple of these men have been very unprofessional, sometimes yelling and interrupting and things like that. And so I've had to say, I'm not finished speaking yet. Will you please let me finish? You know, just being
Okay.
very. And so then I thought, is there something else I don't know? I realized culturally, women aren't treated nicely in their culture, but I'm like,
Okay.
it's an American-based company,
So,
so I'm like, we have to
okay.
be nice to everyone. Does that make sense? So I
Yes.
thought, is there something from
So,
my voice standpoint, because I've done what I can do work-wise, but I thought, is there something voice-wise that I can do to be more clear?
to
Does that make
be,
sense?
yes, yes. Thank you. So, the first thing that came up, this is kind of a joke, but not really. Men have a 7% hearing capacity, especially for women. So that's a joke by Gary. So, everything that brought up, I let down. Will you just try and create it all, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shirts, boys and beyond. Okay, so stepping back, all the judgments, expectations, projections we have of the people that we work with, will we just try and create that, please?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shirts, boys and beyond. Okay, and there's also that rightness. They're right, they want to be right, you want to be right, your boss wants to be right, everybody wants to be right. So everything that is and everything that you can actually start to dismantle from your end, so that you're the space that dismantles all that rightness and righteousness in your workplace. Will you just try and create it?
Yep.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all night, just boys and beyond. So what if like you start being that energy that actually allows all that righteousness and rightness to dissolve?
Yes, please.
Okay, how's your body with that? Is it like more relaxed?
It's a lot more relaxed. And this was the other thing I noticed, because in the past I have dated someone who was a narcissist, and it was a similar thing. And so when this came up at work, I was like, wait a second. Okay, I recognize some of this. So that's why I was pod pocking, and I thought, okay, what would it take to just have it be easy so I don't have any of this?
Yes, there. Okay, so the first question, you can try this out. Okay, so what would this person, what energy or what space would I have to be for this person to be able to hear me? So
Okay.
you could do this, you know, even when you're not near that person, you could just do it like right now. Okay, so what would this person have to hear? What energy would I have to be? Sometimes you have to be a little bit more masculine. So add that energy. And it's as simple as, okay, body, okay, voice, can you add a little bit more masculinity?
Okay.
Okay. Or sometimes you have to be extremely feminine. So they just fall head over heels all over you. And you're like, yes, what can we do for you? Would you like some coffee? All of that.
Okay.
So, and all the resistance and reaction you have to being that, even just choosing a little bit of that, will you just try and create it, please?
Yep.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shirts, boys and beyond. Cool. Okay, so start everywhere you're not willing to be a certain energy so you can have more ease. Because you're like, oh, well, I'm just being what they want me to be. Will you just try and create it, please?
Yep.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shirts, boys and beyond. Because you don't actually have to act the way that they want you to act. You don't have to make yourself smaller. You don't have to fight them. You just choose that energy that they have no barriers to.
Okay.
So, okay. So energetically, I'm getting that you're getting this, but cognitively,
but it's
you
just like,
kind of
I'm just thinking, okay, keep doing barriers down, and then just ask my voice, like, okay, what would it take to be this energy so this person can hear and do what is required for the job? Because I'm just like, we just got to get this done. Like, you know.
And there's also the pulling the energy. So have you taken foundation?
Mhm.
Okay,
So
so
doing an
there's
energy
something.
pull or pulling their energy
Yes.
through me?
Yes. So just pull their energy, pull massive amounts of their energy.
Okay.
So they get uncomfortable. And they're like, oh my God, what's going on? And then you walk in the room, flow energy so it's equalized. And they're like, oh my God, I'm so relaxed. Oh, she just walked in the room. I'm so relaxed. I wonder
So
what she has to say.
so I'm wondering, could I do that with interviews? Like I applied to a bunch of jobs and just pulling
Mhm.
their energy, and it's like, okay, let's just pull, 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 pull.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
he thinks
Keep
of me and
pulling and
he's like,
pulling and
oh, I
pulling and
should
pulling.
interview her.
Yes.
Okay.
Keep pulling,
Okay,
pulling,
because
pulling, pulling, pulling.
I'll just because I've applied but haven't heard that if I've gotten an interview, and I was like, okay, I've done some energy pulls just where you think about it, but not like, okay, let's pull
Yeah.
it all in.
So ask your body right now. Is your body already pulling?
Yeah.
Truth.
Truth.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So ask it to pull 10 times more.
Okay.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
Is it already doing it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I'm like,
So how is
okay,
it getting
cool.
better?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, like so I gotta go. I'm so sorry.
Thank
But
you.
how is that for you now? Like, is this a place where we could, yes, and then
Yeah.
just listen to this again? The energy that your bodies require is actually on this call. However weird that might sound to other people, it's already here. So listen to this. Your body will start, being aware and actually knowing what energies to be.
Okay.
You could trust that. Okay, good. So anything that this will allow you to completely trust your body, even if you feel like you're gonna be out of control. Please try and create it.
Yep.
Right, wrong, good, bad, talk all night, should twist me on. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
So again, thank you everybody for being on here. Next week, April 3rd, I have a 2-hour intro class. I think it's like $75 or something like that. And we can do more of these and go more in depth with actually using the tools and creating more in your life and creating ease with engaging with other people. Because we have the tools, so why not? So if you guys want to join, I'll send the replay to whatever email you use to get on here.
Okay.
And how does it get any better? So thank you,
Yes.
everybody. Bye, guys.
Bravo.
Thank you, Annie.